guys, Toby here from Pro X Trading. All right, this video is just gonna be a little quick description of the latest updates we've done. They're not major, but they are significant. Need to go over them. These will be really helpful. If you're not familiar with the Pro Edge Trading products, you know, there's other videos where I go in a lot more depth on those. This video is just for people that already have the products. I'm just gonna go over the changes we've made. There's not a ton of them, but they're meaningful. So on the Guardian Pro brackets, we added this filter right here, so you can filter out which sim account trades that the brackets will display. And generally, you're just going to want to have in here what you have in the Guardian Pro if you are using the filter. If you're not using the filter, it's not going to matter. But let's say you're running these three strategies like I do every day. But say I'm doing something on other sim account. Well, I don't want those brackets showing up on this chart. It's just confusing. You know, it makes you wonder, why did it take that trade or something? Think something's messed up. Well, it's not. It's just picking up the brackets from all your sim accounts. That's what the Guardian Pro does. The Guardian Pro and the Guardian Pro brackets is picking up trades from all your sim accounts and displaying them on whatever chart you're just using. But you don't necessarily want it to pick up trades from sim accounts that aren't being run through the Guardian. So you can filter those out, filter them in, I guess, right here. So we added that. We added some things to the strategies. So we'll start Edge Runner Auto. We added this max profit. So I like to run contract sizing, min profit, whatever it happens to be. I've been running 50 on the PA accounts, but I've been putting 75 here because that protects me. Say I forgot to switch from minis to micros. Well, one mini, can be 500, 800, who knows? Sometimes they can get way out of hand. And the strategy only knows to take the bare minimum, which would be one. But in the case of a mini, that could be a whole lot more than $50. You end up getting in that trade before you know it, and your stop's huge, and it's just a mess. So this way, let's say you're on the minis and wants to take one contract. We know it's going to be more than 50. But we know it's going to be more than 75, but you can have a max. So if it wants to get in there and that's going to be a $600 trade, it's not going to take it because here's your max. Or we didn't have that before. And same thing on micros. Even if you're on micros, you're going to be pretty safe. It's going to get pretty close. But if it is one of them crazy days with a crazy ATR, you can put a max. I leave it on. I use it. I leave it on 75, and that'll keep you out of trouble. And we added that to flip also. Same principle, same area on trend right there. And then on the Guardian itself, we changed the P&L. So right now, the P&L, the new way is the P&L is going to be picked up between these two times. Whatever start time you put, it's going to start looking for trades that happened after that start time up to this stop time. So people are kind of getting confused on the P&L part, why it may have started with a certain P&L they weren't expecting. Well, now you can tell exactly when to start looking for trades that took place. So like in my case, say we've been running pretty, about an hour. We've been hitting our target. That'd be 8:30, say 9:30. But let's say I want to start again at 1 in the afternoon. Well, if I leave it just like this, it's going to pick up my existing P&L, whatever happened since 8:30, which is it's no problem. It's just you may not want it to do that. You may not want to see it. You may just want to start fresh. So if you're going to do that, just start at 1 p.m. in here, and now it's going to start completely fresh. If you're starting at 1 p.m. that afternoon, put it there. It's not going to see any trades. It's not going to look at any trades before that time. And we added max open trades. There's times you may not want 3 or 4 trades all open at the same time. 'Cause sometimes it happens, especially with the indices. Some days they just all run together. You get 3 or 4 trades all same direction, but all at the same time. And hopefully they go in your favor. If they don't, then you got 3 or 4 trades go against you, and that can really mess up your profit and target loss and all that stuff. So if you want to say make the worst case scenario that you want to see is I lose 2 trades, then put 2 on here. That way it'll never let you be in more than 2 trades concurrently. So that's just a handy thing to have. I've been using it. I've been putting it on 2. That way it doesn't happen to me, because there's a lot of times we'll get into 3 or 4 trades. And if you're running 6 charts, you might get into more than that. You might get into 3 or 4 indices, and then maybe gold or oil. It can get out of hand at any given time. So we put that um, restriction on there if you want to use it. And that's pretty much it. We did add micro Bitcoin since metals have been restricted for so long. We added micro Bitcoin to the Guardian. It'll track it along with everything else. The only thing about Bitcoin that's going to affect anything is just the contract limit, which I think you can only take nine micros, I think, and but that will add to your contract limit. So if you're using contract limits, it'll now track micro Bitcoin along with that, because obviously it's not going to affect backing or hedging or any of that stuff. It's a whole different asset class, but it will add to your contract limit if you want to use that. And I think that was it. We did fix some rendering issues. You guys shouldn't have those rendering issues we've been having. Everybody is using different themes, NinjaTrader, uh, visual themes, and some of those colors are on my machine, but not on your machine. And so we were having a little bit of rendering issues, but we fixed that. You shouldn't run into that anymore. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the changes. And appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the charts tomorrow.